Hey guys, go ahead and turn to page 735 in your workbook. We're going to focus on converting units of time, okay? Remember, converting means to change, okay? So we're going from one unit to a different unit. So the steps that you use to convert units of length, weight, and capacity can be used to convert units of time as well, okay? All right, example 1, we're on page 735. Cooper watched a butterfly in his garden for 5 minutes. How many seconds did he watch the butterfly? So we're going from minutes, big unit, to seconds, a smaller unit, okay? So we need our conversions. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So we can do repeated addition and add 60 5 times, okay? But we're big fourth graders now, so we need to multiply. Now, remember, when we're dealing with tens, it makes it a lot easier if it ends in a 0, okay? Because there's some tricks that we've learned back at the beginning of the school year with that extra 0 at the end, what you can do, okay? So remember everything from back then. Okay, so 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So to convert units of time to smaller units of time, multiply, okay? So look at this helpful hint right here. 5 times, why aren't you working? There you are. 5 times 6 equals 30. Basic math fact, we got that. Okay, now look at here. 5 times 60. 60 has that extra 0. Okay, so we have the 5 times 6 equals 30. That extra 0 then transfers over here because we're not just doing 5 times 6 anymore. We're doing 5 times 60, which is 10 times greater. Okay, so we go to the side if you need to. 60 times 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. So 5 times 60 equals 300. So Cooper watched a butterfly for 300 minutes. Okay, let me erase my fancy drawings. Makes it more fun when you get to make noises. Okay, so units of time right here, copy it down in your interactive journal, okay? Or put a sticky note in your book. That way you can flip back to it, okay, when you're doing check-ins and stuff like that. But just constantly flip back. Even I do that. I don't try to remember it, okay? Always use your resources when you need to figure something out. Okay, so 1 minute equals 60 seconds. And here you can see all the abbreviations too. 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 day is 24 hours. 1 week is 7 days. And 1 year is 52 weeks, 12 months. Okay? Alrighty, let's go to the next page. Okie dokie. Example 2. Audrey's going to watch a movie at the movie theater. The movie starts at 3:30 p.m. and ends at 5:37 p.m. How long is the movie in minutes? So stop and think for a second. It wants it in minutes. It didn't say how many hours in minutes. It said just minutes. So this is a 2-step problem, okay? You have to find the total amount, hours and minutes, okay? And then change the hours to minutes and then add them together. Okay, it seems a lot more complicated than it is, but just kind of follow along. All right, so find the time interval or the length of time from the start of the movie to the end of the movie. The time interval between 3:30 and 5:37. That's what we need to find out. Okay, so look at this little hint right here in the box. Count the whole hours. So always start with the bigger part first, kind of like how we did with fractions. We started with the whole numbers and then we moved to the little fraction pieces. Okay, so count the whole numbers. So go from 3:30 to 5:30 is 2 hours. 4:30, 5:30. So we have those 2 little hours right here. Okay, ooh, might be helpful if I put my pen back on. 2 hours. Okay, now count the remaining minutes. So we ended up at 5:30. We need to get 5:37. 5:31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, 7 minutos. So 2 hours, 7 minutes. Yay. Are we done? Oh, because we need to convert it all into minutes. Okay, so go back to your conversion chart. Okay, but it helps you right here because it's guiding you along. So we need to remember that 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Now we're not just dealing with 1 hour, we're dealing with 2 hours. Okay, so we have 60 minutes plus 60 minutes. Okay, you can add it. Or we go to the side, 60 times 2, okay, 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 6 is 12, so we have 120 minutes, okay? not finish, because that's just the hour part. We need to make sure we include those little 7 minutes where it went over, okay? So you go to the side, 120 plus 120 plus 7 equals 127 minutes. So the movie is 127 minutes long. Erase. Okay. All right. Guided practice. So down here, don't worry about this column right here. You can do it if you want to, but I just want you to focus more on the converting part, the math part. Okay, so read the directions first, always key. So complete each conversion table. So up here, we're going from minutes to seconds. Minutes to seconds. Flip back. 1 minute equals 60 seconds, okay? So each of these we're going to be multiplying by 60. Now it helped you out with that first one. So 1 times 60 is obviously 60, because 1 times anything is the number itself, okay? Now we're getting up to bigger numbers. 2 times 60, okay? Think basic math back. We're doing 2 times 6, which is 12, plus that extra 0, 120, that's a 0. Or if you need to go to the side, 60 times 2, 0, 12, whatever you need to do, definitely mark up, write all on that praying mantis, okay? All right, again, 3 times 6 is 18, extra 0. 60 times trace, 0, 18. So I'm just showing you either way. So if you can do the mental math of that, go for it. But if you need to write it out, totally write it out. And the last one, 4 times 60, 24, 0. It might be helpful if I didn't try to think ahead. So 4 times 6 is 24, plus that 0 is 240. Okay, next one, we're going from days to hours. Flip back, 1 day equals 24 hours. So for each of these, we're going to be multiplying by 24. So I'm going to scroll down so I have some more room to write, okay? So 24 times 2, since we're going for 2 days, that's 8. It's 48, okay? Again, 24 times 3. I'm going to write on the praying mantis's face, okay? 3 times 4 is 12, carry my 1, 72. And last but not least, 24 times 4, 16, carry 1, 96 hours, lots of hours. And the last one, we are going from years to weeks. Flip back. We know that using our conversion chart, there are 52 weeks in 1 year. So for all of these, we're going to be multiplying by 52. Now, 1 times 52, 52. Now, 52 times 2. See how I'm going to the side? I'm showing my work. I'm not trying to do this in my head because you'll make careless mistakes, okay? 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 5 is 10, so 104. And 52, why am I not writing? There we go. 52 times 3, 6, not carry 1, 15, 156. And the last one, 52 times 4, it's an 8. 208. Might be helpful if I didn't. Look at that one, 208. Perfect. Okay, so this was using the conversion chart to help you with converting units of time. So what you guys are going to do now is you're going to do the check my progress on page 721. So let me flip to it, ignore all the writing, okay? So this is for a grade, okay, and we'll let you know how to turn it into us. So stay tuned for that and look for those directions, but this is for a grade, so you need to make sure that you're using your conversion chart, you're using your resources, okay? Flip back to the pages in the workbook that we did earlier this week and then tackle those problems. So circle the word that completes each sentence. You're going to pick one of them that's in the parentheses, okay, for those 5 problems. Here you're matching, okay, conversion tables. Okay, you don't have to do the far right one, okay, the far right column. If you want to, go for it, but I'm more focused on the conversion part, okay? And then on the back, you have some word problems. Please read carefully, okay? Make sure if it's asking how many puppies, you say blank puppies, not just the number, but you need to have the unit there as well, okay? And that you're converting properly. You don't have to do complete sentences, but I do need a number and I need the unit tied to it. And then down here, test practice, which holds about 1 quart of water. Okay, so do these 2 pages on page 721, 722, turn it into your math teacher, and then you can get on iReady for about 10 minutes. And make sure you check off on the little slides too that you took care of today's task. Okay, bye guys.